Rodney Hines here in Seattle, Washington, and I'm standing in our business, Métier Brewing Company. A few years ago, I went into a beer place here in Seattle, and I was with a few friends. This bar was in what was a historic black community in Seattle. And I looked in the space and there were no folks of color, no black folks. Someone said, well, maybe not many of us enjoy good beer. And I'm like, bullshit. We like beer. We just don't see ourselves in these spaces. And so that was that moment of like, all right, I need to do something to create a space that doesn't exist for me. I think both Harold and I are both in the mindset that we're not going at this alone. And you look for kinship, you look for folks who are like-minded, who share values and purpose. And for years, I've loved what he's created. I like the sense of the spirit of love and community that has in his little spot in Rainier Beach. That when we were going to do this and create a space where we wanted to have food and beer and have it work in a way that these complement each other, he was the first person I thought of that I just wanted to do this in partnership. It was like a no-brainer. This is about brotherhood.
Well, the partnership came about from me and Rodney's respect for one another, and we had met through a few different channels. And once we connected, and he wanted to purchase my product at his Woodville location. Soon after that, we talked about Seattle and having a place here. To have my business in the community was, personally, that's been one of the greatest accomplishments I've had. You know, to be able to look out and see that, hey, I have a business in a community of color, and then I can represent it, I can stand out my business and stand strong. I can walk out, you know, and feel a certain pride that I don't know if I would have felt anywhere else.
When you see our cans in stores, I think folks won't know it unless they take a closer look. But when they look at their cans, they should begin to recognize that there's a story told in every can. And part of the story told in every can is the artist behind the can. And in some of the cases, it's the ingredients that make up the beer in those cans. And so for our cans, we've got 3 right now out in stores. And one is Horizon, and it's our IPA. And we call it Horizon because once we landed that beer, it was so good. We knew it was going to win some awards for us. And we thought this beer is going to help us look to the horizon of where we're going.
I'm already, as I say, original in what I'm doing. And we've been able to create products and product line through our Okazu Pond, so we can always continue to just add new flavors. So we infuse other ingredients into the dough. So we have our black eyed pea that's made with activated charcoal dough. We have our chicken adobo that's made with ube dough. We have our our butternut squash that's made with sweet potato dough.
There are breweries, nearly 100 of us across the U.S., black breweries right now. When we started, it was probably less than 50 of us. So about 100 of us now, and a few of us are getting into the canning business, and we're starting to see more of us, and it feels good.